Today we will be going over Pseudo Missile, and we are going to go through a lot of places. We're going from Perenia to Berenia to Gavarin, which is an area we haven't seen yet. So let's get started. So starting from Verenia, we're gonna flash shift out of that room. We are going to, you can jump on this platform right here. You don't have to. You can actually make this grapple beam. If you head all the way down, you can hit the grapple beam here. I think it's easier to go onto this ledge and then grapple, to be honest, because I have missed multiple times. So yeah. So once you grapple onto the magnet, two options. As always, you have two options when it comes to tunnels. You can either mantle into the tunnel or you can jump and morph into the tunnel. Up to you. I would say mantling is more consistent if you're new. If you feel like you can morph into it, go ahead. We're gonna start speed booster right here, do our little jumps with speed booster, go to the right, and flash shift onto the platform. I probably could have gotten away with 2 flash shifts there instead of 3, but I think I was being a little bit mashy, if you will. It's kind of mashing a little bit. So yeah, it is important to use flash shift, but sometimes you don't want to overuse it, because if you overuse it, you'll waste time. If you underuse it, you'll waste time. So it's definitely finding that middle ground for it. But speaking of flash shift, let me pause for a second. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to press Y to shoot, and then we're going to flash shift twice out into this door. As soon as you open this door as well, hold your button to charge, and then flash shift twice, and then flash shift twice again, flash shift once. You can morph, you don't have to here. There's a lot of stuff that's kind of happening immediately. We have flash shift, and now we're just gonna keep using it, to be realistic, because it's just the faster way to get around. So once again, you can morph here, you don't have to. If this is too much to keep in mind already, I would say focus more on your flash shifts. Sometimes I forget to morph here. It's what, like half a second? It's fine. Maybe I shouldn't talk about every single detail now that I'm thinking about it. But start speed booster. This is something you can do. You can also flash shift your way out of here. Speed booster is a little bit faster. So let me explain what I was looking at. So once you speed booster out of there, I'm waiting till Samus hits basically right here. And once Samus hits right there, I will then press jump and hold jump all the way through here. And I'm also not touching my control stick, because if I touch my control stick, I'm just pressing jump. If I touch my control stick, Samus will grab this ledge, and I don't want that. So I would say probably this is a little bit more intermediate. So then I let go of the speed keep, and then I just start using flash shift again. So here, I would still say, keep in mind that I said I wasn't going to talk about all the morphs, but here I am talking about the morphs again. So flash shift twice, flash shift once. You can press spin fall. I slide off this ledge into a morph ball to go a little bit faster, and then slide again, flash shift. There is more ways you can use flash shift there, but here you want to flash shift. I'm going to be saying this a lot. Literally, the whole run turns into flash shift the run. You don't even need speed booster that much. It's a lot of flash shift. But this one I would say is pretty important, because you want to get over the water. If you remember this room, just jump, starting from the room before, jump, flash shift 3 times, and then you should be out of there. So I missed the hole in one. You don't always get it. It's fine. It's flash shift 3 times out of that door, and then flash shift twice onto the platform. There's a lot of flash shift usage. It literally just turns into flash shift the game, especially going into Verenia. No, actually, I'm going to use speed booster more in Verenia now that I'm thinking about it. We will see a bit of speed booster tech. So, well, okay, I said we're going to see a little bit of speed booster tech, but the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to flash shift. So if you notice, I'll jump flash shift here. I jumped really high. You don't have to jump that high, but I jumped flash shift. Something to note about this upgrade is that if you are in the air, you actually go a further distance than you were if you were on the ground. So that's why I flash shift in the air in this case. So yeah, open that door. Same thing as before. Lay down the bomb for that enemy. I got lucky and he didn't hit me. Flash shift. We're gonna hate this word by the end of this guide. I guarantee it. Flash shift, morph, so that way you can head into that tunnel pretty quick. And then now we start our speed booster. Now this one is pretty difficult. I'll kind of let it... Yeah, there's a lot there. I mean, it actually looks pretty simple, but I think the timing for it is pretty... For me, it's on or off. I'm having a lot of trouble with the speed booster lately, or the speed keep, excuse me, lately. So the important thing is where you jump, right? So I'm jumping right here, hugging the wall a little bit, and then from here, so then I hug the wall a little bit, wall kick, and then I hug the wall right here again. You see how she's kind of going up? That's kind of like the wall hug. I mean, it doesn't look like she's on the wall, but you kind of feel it when you play the game. There's really no true explanation I can think about for it. But then I do that, and then she does another jump, and then I morph into the tunnel. It is very tight, I will say, the timing. It is pretty difficult if you're not comfortable doing this. Speed keep, don't worry about it. You can let go of the speed keep on the bottom and then, you know, head into the tunnel. I would say still try to go for the speed keep, because you either hit it or you don't, and either way it kind of serves as practice. I would practice it on its own. I would practice everything in this game on its own, like segment your runs. It's like, okay, let me practice the sewer missile segment, let me practice the plasma segment, let me practice Corpius. You know, I think that's important to do. And then you're going to be starting the speed booster anyway, because you want to avoid the enemies on the bottom. So yeah, so you unmorph from the tunnel, wall kick, jump, morph again, and then you pretty much let go of the speed at that point. So I'm going to start, there's two options here. I'm going to show the speed booster option because I think, one, it looks pretty cool, and two, the other option requires a frame perfect flash shift. So I think speed booster is pretty cool. Might be a little bit difficult, might be a little bit of a tight timing, but it's not too bad. We're going to start the speed booster again. Literally from right here, just start speed booster, or activate speed booster. You're gonna jump, take out this enemy, wall kick, and store right here. Now this is part that's important because this is where you have to be pretty fast. As you store, like, you can pretty much jump immediately. Like, see? Immediate jump. So you want to pretty much jump immediately, but don't activate speed booster. Be careful to not activate speed booster. Or sorry, be careful not to activate the shine spark. Jump immediately, do your little ledge hop, and then open the grapple door, flash shift. So this is a little bit of a flash. It's a very tiny flash chain, but it's a flash chain nonetheless. A flash chain is where you connect a chain of flashes. Pretty simple. You want to flash into the room, do a small jump, and then flash twice again. So that way you cross the enemy right here, because you want to avoid this enemy. Of course, you don't want to get hit because that would be slower. So from here, you can then morph and press B, and you will get past this room, which is pretty nice. You can avoid that enemy as well. The other option, which is technically faster, is to do a bunch of flash shifts across the room that we saw previously, as well as this one. This one is a frame perfect flash shift to get past that enemy without it noticing you. So yeah, you can jump over this enemy and flash shift as well. So from here, oh, I've actually kind of forgot about this. I forgot I was gonna have to explain this. So we're gonna do another pseudo wave. So this one is a sliding pseudo wave. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. I just know how to do it. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a charge shot right here. I'm gonna link a video to this as well. My explanation might be a little bit scuffed. My intention with this guide is not necessarily to explain the glitches in depth. I want to show a lot of movement. I'm not too great at explaining glitches, unfortunately, so you have my apologies for that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I wish I had like a frame by frame I could do. So I'm going to slide into the wall. I'm going to turn around. So Samus is going to turn around. And as you see that turn around, immediately you're going to turn again. And as you turn again, you are going to shoot. So that is the basic motion. It's slide, turn right, turn left, shoot. I do feel like this trick has a bit of leniency to it. Maybe I'm just used to it at this point, but yeah, I'll link a couple guides to it just in case. So you have to do this twice. So slide, turn around. See, I'm holding, but you have to hold charge at the same time, and then turn around again and shoot. And then that should be broken. So in this room, my recommendation, because this is one of the worst rooms in the game, in my opinion, there's a very fast way to do it. There's a semi-fast way to do it. And then there is like a medium fast way to do it. I'm going to literally show the not fast way to do it because I think this room is such a pain, to be honest. So what I'm going to do is we are going to head up this magnet and literally just take out these enemies. Just take them out. Just take them out. I'm done with them. You don't want to see them ever again. Ever. Bye. That's it. That's the simplest way to do this room. There is another way with a bunch of grapple cancels. You can cloak so the enemies don't see you. I just say take them out because if you fall, it's even worse. Maybe that's bad advice, but like you can see, my recommendation is that if you do want to run the game, is to also watch a lot of other runners play, so you can see different strategies that they use, how they move through certain rooms and things like that. So you can see how people do that specific room if you don't want to take out the enemies. But yeah, that room can be a big pain. So starting from Gavrin, we're gonna start a speed booster, jump, morph, and head up this magnet. So when you do a speed booster, you can actually gain speed on slopes. So that's pretty cool. So jump morphing here allows us to, you could probably also run up this, but I think but we jump morph. Just jump morph. And then, yeah, pretty simple. It does, if it looks scary, I promise it's not. It's really not scary. Take that out, slide morph, and take out this enemy. And then this is important because we're about to head into another boss fight, is that we want to start a speed booster. And then we are going to store a shine spark. And then, once again, same thing with Quiet Robo, is that a Shine Spark takes out half of the enemy's health. So with this Chozo Robo, we have now essentially done a quick spark into him and took out half his health, so we don't have to worry about too much with him anymore. He still can be quite tricky, but a little bit better. So something else that we're going to do here is we are going to be taking intentional damage. Every hit that Samus takes from like an enemy's body and not their like attack is 50 health. So we want to do that. It's 50 health and we don't take additional knockback whenever they hit us with another attack. So that way we'll pretty much be staying in the same place the entire time. It's just about reacting to the enemy's RNG. But for the most part, we will be just sliding into this enemy and aiming towards him. So aiming our missiles towards him. This is essentially the entire fight. And he's down. So from here, we are going to open the door, and as Samus is heading onto that ledge right here, as you can see, she's climbing a little bit, we will then flash shift. You'll see a flash shift happen pretty quickly. So that'll lead us into the middle right here, and we'll have a straight shot up towards this magnet. So that makes that a little bit easier. Flash shift, we love that. Flash, flash, flash. So that is the flash chain. If you don't hit it, don't worry too much about it. It's fine. Flash chains are pretty fast. And something to keep in mind, in my opinion, about flash chains is that you really have to trust that you're going to hit it. Whenever I do a flash chain, I'm like, okay, I'm going to hit this, press B, flash, flash, right? But if not, it's fine to just do a wall kick and then, you know, head up towards the ledge. That's also fine. But yeah, flash, flash. And then I missed for some reason. You don't have to do a bomb there. You can just shoot it with your beam. That's perfectly fine. I just missed, so that's my bad. Just want to clarify that. Flash shift, flash shift. So from here, we're going to charge a charge beam as we head out this Emmy zone. And oh yeah, the Emmy is not active because story. So we head out of this Emmy zone with the charge beam, and we're gonna aim up, take out these enemies over here. Full jump, make sure you do a full jump and flash shift onto that ledge. Then we're going to flash shift 3 times again and then slide morph and head over here. And then we're going to flash shift again, flash shift one more time, bomb, and then missile, and what are we gonna do? Flash shift. And there we go, we got super missile. So that is the entire super missile split. There is a lot to it. Hopefully I was able to explain it decently well. But yeah, that is it for today. Once again, my name is Root. Thanks for watching. Next video, we'll go over plasma and maybe ice missiles. I don't know, I haven't decided. Hopefully I will see you in another video. Bye bye.